Hey guys, my name is Jason. I am the founder of Distress Loan Advisors. I've been helping people through SBA loan related issues since 2009. My primary business used to be the SBA offer and compromise. These days, I'm spending a ton of time on EIDL loans, specifically 30-minute consultations. If you have questions about your EIDL loan, feel free to book some time. I will put a link in the notes below. Today's video, normally I don't really lean that hard into the share my videos thing, but today I think this one is worth sharing. It's about a scam that I came across with regards to EIDL loans and EIDL loan forgiveness. So when I put up videos, you guys will often comment, and I go through and I read them and I reply. And so the other morning I woke up and about 10 or 15 of my comments sections, comments to my videos had somebody had posted something and said, basically, if you need EIDL loan forgiveness, follow, it's like loan officer Beth on Instagram. And so I deleted the comments because I knew it was a scam because they're not doing forgiveness. But I figured it would be a good opportunity to see how the scam works. So I didn't have Instagram. So I created an Instagram account, reached out to them, and I said, hi, I saw on YouTube that you help people with EIDL loan forgiveness. I would be interested. And they said, okay, send me your loan number and your name and your email address, and it'll be forgiven in 2 to 4 hours, which nothing at the SBA happens in 2 to 4 hours. So anyway, interestingly, I made up a loan number and they emailed me back and said, can you double check the loan number? It's not in the database. So it actually makes it look legitimate. But what a lot of people don't know is that all of the EIDL loan data is actually public, which means you can search and find any borrower of an EIDL loan. So the scammer is able to look up your loan number to confirm that you actually have a loan. And so it kind of makes them look legitimate. So what I did was I ended up going into my, I downloaded the list of thousands and thousands of them just to see what information was in there. And so I plucked one of those numbers and I gave it to them. And of course, that was a valid loan number. So they were able to look it up. And so it's a pretty interesting way that they do it. So first they say there's no money up front and you only pay after the loan is forgiven. So I was thinking in my head, well, maybe what they're going to do is they're going to send me, some sort of loan forgiveness form, on SBA letterhead and say, here, it's forgiven, now pay me. But it actually didn't play out that way. And I'm going to do a blog. I'll put a link to the blog once it's up in the notes below as well, so you can see the screenshots. But basically what they said was, oh, it's $1,000 and you pay me after it's approved. And then, so after a little bit of back and forth, they said, oh, the last couple of clients haven't paid me, so now I require payment up front, half payment up front, and then the other half is due once this is approved. So in other words, they wanted me to send them $500. Like, okay, here comes the scam. Awesome. So then they go on to say, well, I can take Zelle, Cash App, I forget what else. And so I was kind of messing with them and back and forth a little while, and just to waste their time, to see how far they would let me take it. And so I said, can I mail you cash? And they said, how about Bitcoin? I said, and I pretended, I didn't know what Bitcoin was. So I said, oh, I can mail you some coins if you want. And then they said, oh, PayPal. So anyway, I eventually said to them, I'm sorry, I thought you worked for the SBA. And they said, I do work for the SBA. And of course, somebody who works at the SBA would not be taking payment via Venmo or PayPal and it wasn't even to them, it was to some third party. So my best guess is they probably put ads on like Craigslist and say, someone will Venmo you $500, and I'll split it with you. And that way it's not even their account. So they're giving me like these random Venmo addresses. And I said, this looks like a young man named, I forget what his name was, Matthew. And she's like, oh, don't worry, that's my assistant. So All this is to say, watch out for scams. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is, like most things in life. As of now, where do we? I think we're July 17th, 2023. There is no SBA offering compromise for EIDL loans. Regular SBA loans, yes. But even then, they don't approve it in 2 to 4 hours, and they would ask for a lot of information. All this person asked for was the loan number, the name, and your email address. And then I got a fake letter from the SBA saying it's approved, and basically like coordinate with loan officer Beth. And I'll put a screenshot of the actual account on Instagram so you can see what it looks like and the name. But yeah, if you know people who have EIDL loans and they're getting a little desperate, please share this. The only thing that's going to make this situation worse is getting scammed out of $500 by some scumbag on the internet. So that's it. That's the update. I'm sure there's scams everywhere because this is not the first time I've had to delete comments off of my page of people trying to run scams, but there's other people who post about EIDL loans, so I'm sure they're getting similar ones. So watch out, be careful, and just remember, verify. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. And if they're not willing to answer pretty straightforward questions, then I would avoid them. And especially if they're not willing to take a credit card, which of course you can dispute. If it's a one-way payment method, such as Venmo, Bitcoin, Zelle, these are all obviously scams because you can't get a refund. If they're not willing to take a credit card for their services, then there you go. That's it. I will keep you guys posted as I learn additional things about EIDL or the scams, or any sort of updates that come down the pipeline as far as if forgiveness is going to happen or when. All right. Thanks for checking in. Please share this.